Did you know that over 70% of people believe they're not naturally creative? That's right, many of us think creativity is something we're either born with or we don't have at all. But here's the shocking part. Creativity isn't a talent, it's a skill you can develop. In fact, studies show that 85% of people who work in creative fields didn't start out with any special creative gift. So, what's the secret? How can you become creative, even if you don't think you have it in you? In this video, we're going to break down simple, proven strategies that will help you unlock your creative potential. We'll talk about how the most creative people in the world aren't the ones with the most talent, but the ones with the best habits. You'll learn why asking the right questions can open up endless possibilities, and why failure isn't something to avoid but something to embrace. Whether you're looking to spark new ideas for your job, hobby, or personal projects, these steps will help you think differently and build your creative muscle. So, if you've ever felt stuck or like creativity isn't for you, keep watching. You might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of. Chapter 1. Unlock your hidden genius. Finding creativity in the everyday. We all have creativity within us, whether we realize it or not. It doesn't require being a painter or musician to tap into your creative power. In fact, studies show that 80% of creative ideas come from everyday situations, not from eureka moments. Even the simplest tasks can spark creative thinking. For example, walking around your neighborhood and observing the surroundings can lead to fresh perspectives and ideas. You don't need a fancy studio or quiet space, just an open mind. One study found that taking a 10-minute walk outdoors can boost creative thinking by 60%. Being mindful of what's around you can help you see things in a new light. Try practicing daily mindfulness during ordinary activities, like washing dishes or arranging your bookshelves. These moments can reveal patterns or connections that you'd miss otherwise. When you start noticing small things, you're training your mind to think creatively. Creativity isn't just about art, it's about viewing the world from different angles. So, look at your morning commute, grocery shopping, or even folding laundry as opportunities to unlock new ideas. Chapter 2. The power of no rules, breaking your own boundaries. Many people stop being creative because they box themselves in with rules. They think creativity is something you either have or you don't. But what if creativity thrived in the absence of rules? In her book Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert says, you don't need permission to create. When you remove self-imposed limits, you open up a world of possibility. Think of how children are naturally creative because they don't know the rules. When was the last time you allowed yourself to play freely with your ideas, without judgment? Creativity isn't about perfection, it's about exploration. Studies show that people who give themselves permission to fail are more likely to come up with innovative solutions. You can try free writing, where you jot down any idea without editing, or mind mapping, where you connect unrelated concepts. By ignoring boundaries, you begin to expand your creative range. The more you experiment and fail, the more you'll discover new pathways. Creativity grows when we give ourselves the freedom to wander and try out wild ideas. You'll be surprised how many good ideas come from mistakes. When you stop caring about doing it the right way, you might find your most brilliant ideas. Chapter 3. Creative habits over talent. Building daily rituals. Creativity isn't just a natural gift, it's a habit. It's not about waiting for inspiration, it's about making space for it. Research from Harvard Business Review found that 60% of creative professionals build specific routines to enhance their creativity. By developing habits, you train your brain to be more creative. For example, writing a page every day, even if it's just scribbles, can ignite new ideas. In fact, Mark Twain once said, "Write without pay until somebody offers to pay you." This highlights the importance of starting without expectations and building a habit of creativity. You don't need to make huge changes. Little habits like carrying a notebook everywhere or sketching for 10 minutes every morning can fuel your creativity. One experiment showed that people who wrote down 3 things they were grateful for each day saw an improvement in their problem-solving skills within a week. Creating a ritual helps you stay committed to your creative journey, even when you don't feel inspired. It's about the process, not the result. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to generate creative thoughts. You'll soon find that creativity isn't something you have to wait for, it's something you can build. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more creative tips that will help you take action and level up your creative game. Chapter 4. Curiosity is key. How to ask the right questions. When you ask the right questions, you open the door to endless creative opportunities. Curiosity is a huge factor in creativity. Studies show that curious people are 35% more likely to come up with innovative solutions. It's not about having the answers, it's about exploring the questions. By asking, why, or what if, you push your brain to think in unconventional ways. The best inventors and artists, like Leonardo da Vinci, were constantly asking questions that led to breakthrough ideas. A curious mindset challenges assumptions, and it forces you to dive deeper into the unknown. When you're curious, you stop taking things for granted and start to see the world in a new light. For instance, instead of asking, how do I solve this problem? Ask, what other ways can I solve this? Or, what would happen if I did the opposite? Embrace questions that lead to exploration. Not every question will lead to an answer, but each one will bring you closer to your creative solution. Curiosity fuels creativity. It pushes you beyond the surface level. So next time you face a challenge, become more interested in asking, rather than solving. Chapter 5. Get comfortable with mess. Embrace chaos for creativity. Creative people often thrive in chaos. It's a myth that creativity only flourishes in neat, orderly spaces. A study by the University of Minnesota found that people in cluttered environments were more creative than those in tidier spaces. In fact, messy desks can lead to more innovative thinking. The key is being comfortable with disorder. When things are messy, your brain is forced to think more flexibly and make connections in unique ways. Creativity often emerges from chaos, not structure. If everything is perfect, your mind may be too relaxed to push boundaries. But in a chaotic environment, you are more likely to make mistakes, and from mistakes come new ideas. So, don't fear the clutter. If your workspace is a bit messy, you're actually setting yourself up for more creative thinking. Try leaving a project unfinished or putting unrelated materials together. Let your mind wander without feeling the need to follow a strict plan. Creativity is messy, and that's okay. Embrace it. Chapter 6. Failure is your creative friend. Turning setbacks into success. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, but it's actually a vital part of the creative process. In The Lean Startup, Eric Ries talks about how failure leads to valuable learning experiences. In fact, many of the most successful creators failed multiple times before finding success. Walt Disney was turned down for funding 302 times before starting Disneyland. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company before returning to revolutionize Apple. These failures weren't roadblocks, they were stepping stones. Research shows that people who see failure as a learning experience are 50% more likely to succeed in their creative pursuits. When you fail, you gather data, you adjust, and you try again. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset shifts failure from a negative experience to a creative opportunity. The more you fail, the more chances you have to fine-tune your ideas. Embrace failure, learn from it, and use it to fuel your creativity. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on how to grow your creativity and make your ideas come to life. Each chapter encourages a different approach to unlocking creativity, all of which are rooted in science, psychology, and the lived experiences of great creators. Keep experimenting, stay curious, and embrace the mess. Creativity is not an innate skill, it's a process anyone can tap into.